Hi. Today we're going to change some strings and answer some questions. Let's get into it. We've got fast fret, something else that's similar to fast fret, string fuel. We have more Allen wrenches from Strandberg. Shout out to Strandberg for sending these because when I went to China to celebrate the release of the Bowden Metal, I was part of that launch, which was so cool. They confiscated my Allen wrenches in the airport. Big sad. So we have new ones though, so fresh Allen wrenches. I don't know why I smelled that. 8-string sets, which is what I used for my 7-string from Diodario. And we also have the XS's, which I got these a long time ago on tour, but I'll be using these for my 6 strings. Ah, yay! A little cloth. I think we're ready to go. Okay, these strings actually aren't bad, so I'm gonna keep these on, this one, and I will go to the ones that desperately need it. I have to show you this guitar. It came in a couple days ago. We're not going to change the strings on this since it's new, but I do want to show you it before we get into the questions. Look at that. That's crazy. So this is the Bowden Essential 6 in Elemental Blue. Got the 5-way switch, normal Strandberg Ender neck. I will be making some riffs with this here in the near future. I'm very excited to share. Some people have tagged me and sent me photos of their Essentials, and I'm so excited to see that. So if you end up getting an Essential, tag me or send me a message because I would love to see. I have that one Artemis song stuck in my head. I love it. It's so good. We're gonna change the strings on my classic, the one with my signature pickups in it. Shout out to Lace Pickups. Brandon Mock says favorite movie. Honestly, it changes, but off the top of my head, Ratatouille. I love Ratatouille. It's such a good movie. I also love the new It, or like the newer It, like the newer rendition of it. Adore that movie for some. I don't even like scary movies as much, but that movie for some reason is it. And I also really love Before Sunrise. So 3 different genres. I know you asked for 1, but I gave you 3. Zeluis, Z-E-L-U-I-S-M, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, asks, do you play in a band? Or do you play in any band? I used to have my own band. I still do, just Coburn, and I've also been offered to play in a few bands, but I've been kind of focused on getting this new music finished. So yeah, but I do. It's called Coburn, and you're following it on Instagram, so which is it's me. I will be touring with musicians that I really respect. So I love this. Strandberg has like a little multi-tool. This thing is so cute. Look how cute this is. It's so cute. There's a lot of sweat in here. Ew. They Call Me Chicken Noodle says, I love that. I love that name. What's the wildest looking guitar you'd absolutely have if you could? Like, I'm thinking looks, just looks, crazy guitar. 8 strings, because I'm starting to really enjoy 8 strings. And it would have a chicken dragon on it. Like, I have a chicken dragon on my arm. I just love chickens, and I love dragons, but I love chickens. And it would have like tons of like chicken dragon art on it. That would be a dream come true. I think that would look pretty wild too. Maybe it's glow in the dark. Maybe not, maybe not. I'm gonna work on that. I think I have a better answer for you, but for right now, that's my answer. Just Noah Things asks, where should I start when it comes to recording guitar/music? I would recommend choosing a DAW software first, maybe talk to some friends or see if you know anyone that uses a specific software, because I think they all do great things and they all do pretty much the same thing, but having people around you that use the same software can be really helpful, especially when you have questions or get stuck or you can't find the answer online. For me, that was Pro Tools originally because I went to school and got some I went and got a certification in Pro Tools. Not exactly going to college, but it was education. And I had a mentor that I was, I could ask questions, and I studied the DAW software quite a bit. And then I realized I actually liked Logic better because I had friends that were using it and I could ask them questions. So yeah. Start there, choose a DAW software, then play around with it. Honestly, don't put yourself in a box, just try to challenge yourself to record something every single day. Whether, you're playing guitar, you can play with some synths, you can, I'm not sponsored, but Neural Archetype Rabia has a reverb in it that has a freeze feature, and you can just play a note, freeze it, and it just record you soloing over it, record you playing over it. Play with different intervals and things and see what you like and what you don't like. So after you have a DAW software, I recommend getting an interface. My first interface was a Focusrite 2i2. I think a lot of us start there, but it's a great interface and you can take it on the go. Apollo UAD has some good interfaces as well, really good interfaces. There's lots of options. You can find cheap interfaces all over the place. Sweetwater is a good place to start. And then once you have your interface, you can honestly just get a 1/4" cable, plug your guitar in, and then fire up Logic and just go. Don't overthink it. Just start somewhere. And with time and with practice, and the more and more you record yourself, the more comfortable you will be recording yourself, and the faster ideas will come. Doing the string dance. Doing the string dance. Noah, feel free if you have any more questions about that, or if anyone has questions that I don't cover today, feel free to put those in the comments of this video below, and I would be more than happy to answer them and maybe even do another video. Wee! Gusty Nanda asks, top 3 guitarists. This is another question that the answer changes frequently. Like, it changes a lot. I'm gonna say the top 3 that come to mind right now. It does not mean that these have been my favorite of all time, or that I don't have lots of other favorites, because I'm probably gonna like forget and leave some of my other favorites out. I'm definitely going to, actually. So, but top 3 that come to mind are Pierre Deneau. Absolutely adore his playing. Some of my favorite guitar playing. Wes Borland. Freaking love him. And Rabia Masad. Those are the top 3 for right now. They will always be in my top, but top 3 right now. JD Schauman says, and I'm so sorry if I said your last name. I've actually never asked you how you say it, but I hope you're well, my friend. Favorite tattoo is probably my Strandberg butterfly. Can you guys see this? Wait. This tattoo right here, it's a Strandberg with butterfly wings. I love all my tattoos, honestly. I love them all. CMON Concord, come on Concord, makes sense, asks, what does Coburn typically watch or listen to when she needs a giggle? When I need a giggle. There are many giggles to be had. I like watching dog videos with my dog because he'll actually watch them and it's really cute, and I can't help but laugh at that. I do have a lot of YouTube videos that are my go-tos to inspire me. Like, I think it's important as an artist and just as a creative person, and honestly just, okay, back up, as a human in general, to have things that you can go to when you feel uninspired. So like a basket of things that you can like run to and like pick out, For me, that's like the Nothing But Thieves documentary, like Road to the O2. I watch it all the time. The Rick Rubin book, A Creative Act. The book that Russ wrote actually is really becoming one of those things in that basket. Set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm doing laundry. A lot of my clothes smell like fire still from the fire, so I've done like 8 loads of laundry. Darkside Tripper asks, why is bass the best instrument? I'm a guitar player, so I feel like I can't answer this question. I will say that most of the guitars that I play now are tuned to bass territory, so in a way, I'm living in y'all's neighborhood, so it's a nice place. Gustavo says, how so cute and full of power. Thanks, Gustavo. DK010, hey DK, asks, how do you like playing the 8th string? You're beautiful in every single way. Thank you for existing. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. I adore the 8th string. I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's really making me think what I'm gonna need for tour and for touring and how many strings and stuff. So which means I'm probably gonna get a Strandberg 8th string, I hope, soon, because I'm really liking 8 strings. I'm really liking it. Eric19 asks, is your house all fixed up? Unfortunately, no, and it might be a little bit. I think they said they're expecting like 4 to 6 months until it's fixed up. So I'm just grateful that I have a place here and that my studio is also okay, so can't complain. Jack Sutherland Music asks, desert island guitar rig. Ooh, okay, I don't hear any limits here. My Quad Cortex, my G50 from Rev, 2 Rev cabinets so I can run a stereo rig. A few of my guitars, I could probably pack a couple, right? This is gross. What did I eat on this guitar or something? Okay, favorite song of the moment. It's a tie between Nookie by Limp Bizkit. I've been like listening to that song religiously every single day. I wake up to that song, and also in the afternoon, and also at the gym. I love it. Today I've been bopping to Southbound by Artemis. I don't know why I had to flip that, I just felt the need. I love this song, it's so good. I love Artemis. I'm seeing him live in June. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Someday I would love to play guitar for him. Like, just a couple shows, just pop in and Play a little, that would be fun. Feed it through the hole. Honestly, I love changing strings because it feels like a meditation, you know? Murilo Sabia? I'm so sorry if I butchered that. If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh, this is hard. Okay. I'm gonna think of this logically first. So like health-wise, it would probably be chicken, hummus, sauerkraut, and kale. If like macros and, you know, micronutrients and stuff didn't matter and I could just eat whatever I wanted, I would probably say oatmeal. Oh, I love oatmeal so much. I sound like I'm a very adventurous eater. Like, or sushi. Sushi's good. I tried, what did I try? I tried like intestines in China and I really liked those, but I wouldn't eat those every day. I'm putting my G-string on. Harf-wise, the rum gone is asking what ... is your favorite color? And then in parentheses says, please get the reference. Are you asking me, is this like from Elf? Like Buddy the Elf? Like Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Is that the reference? Is there another reference that I'm missing? And would you ever get a custom guitar? Okay, so 2 good questions. My favorite color, I don't think black counts as a color, but I'm gonna say black first. Like I'd much rather have like this guitar is sleek. But if I had to choose a color, I would probably say pink. I've been really liking pink lately, or light blue. And as far as if I'd ever get a custom guitar, it's possible. Okay, Dario Zio Dao says, not a question, but you should have auditioned for the Snow White live action. I didn't even know there was a Snow White live action. I've had this dream of being like the bad guys in movies, or being the monster in a movie. Like Bill Skarsgård, for example. He's played Pennywise. He's also one of my favorite actors. He's played Nosferatu. He's played Eric Draven from like The New Crow. I've loved him in all of those movies. That would be such a fun like role to play, is like the bad guy or like the scary person. Like I want to wear like the prosthetics and turn into like something that's not human. Like that is the acting I want to do. I can use my like growls and metal screams. JC the Flying Ace asks what my favorite Strandberg is. My favorite Strandberg right now, because again it changes, is my Bowden Metal 7. The red one. I love that. I love that guitar so much. That's the one I played in China and it's been glued to my hands. I do need to set her up again because my studio is kind of crazy with humidity and the winter was nuts, so she needs a good setup. Snap Crackle Shred says, can you clap with one hand? I love your username. Is that like when people do like, oh wait. Wouldn't this count as a clap? Because it's still one hand. There's a lot of things changing. I think my rig is going to be night and day from what it was before. But I think that's kind of fun because rigs evolve, just like artists and music and artistry and people. So yeah, it's cool to watch that. I love watching some of my favorite guitarists and artists evolve and play new things. Omar Riff says, playing one time in front of 100,000 people or for the rest of your life for 50. Why? Oh, this is good. I think I would say rest of my life for 50 people because one time for 100,000 would be amazing, but then it's like you have this super high and you get to connect with people, but then after that it's like probably gonna be really lonely because you don't get to have that interaction. I'd much rather see 50 people, like, what was it, every day? Is that what you said? For the rest of your life for 50. Yeah, I would say like if I could play every day for 50 people versus one time for 100,000, every day for 50, hands down. Hands down. It'd be like a little club, you know? Like, I really enjoy, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy big venues and playing for a lot of people, but I do also really enjoy like small, like intimate rooms and where I can like look at people in the eyes, because that is unlike any other feeling. I genuinely really like that. That's a great question. Thank you, Omar. Okay, La Fabula Gorgosaur asked, did you test the Schecter Jeff Loomis JL7? If yes, how much? Is it great? I did not actually. I did not test that out, so I have no idea, but maybe someone else did. So if you tested it out, please comment below because La Fabula Gorgosaur would like to know. Okay, the Skate 123 asks, what is your favorite hardcore band? I'm like really bad with all of the metal subgenres, so, but I'm curious, would you consider Throne as hardcore? The Skate 123 also asks, this is a very different question from the one before. If you could be any animal, what would you be? I think I would be like a turkey vulture. I don't know, maybe some kind of bird of prey. Cause like, I don't know, the views. Okay, I'm good at Guitar 96, hey, says, what's the best advice you can give to someone trying to achieve an endorsement? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what my mentors had told me a long time ago. With endorsements, it is a two-way street. Yes, they can give you things and you can get free stuff or discounted things, but also you should be bringing them value too, whether that's through social media videos or a following or like being seen out and about. Like brands want, like the reason why brands work with artists and work with creators and musicians is because they get to be put in front of audiences that might buy their stuff. So just think about how you can bring value to a team like that. So like if you're reaching out, for example, don't start the email with, hey, I want a free guitar, or I want free drum heads, or whatever. You should, before you even send the email, make like a list of, okay, what can I bring to them? Or I have these specific video ideas and I think they would perform really well. Like these kinds of things. Those are what companies want, or at least what I've noticed, it brings them value and it brings them things that will help them sell more of their product. Also, it helps to only work with companies that you really, really believe in, because if they just see you working with anyone and everyone, it feels kind of less genuine. Make a list of what you can bring to the table and how you can help them and advance their product. But yeah, just play what you love to play and make sure that you're giving them love on your social media and talking about them, because if you genuinely love them, it won't be hard to do that. And that's what helps create those like long relationships with companies. Murilo Saubia says, do you know any Brazilian modern metal bands? I'm not sure if I know any Brazilian modern metal. Maybe I do, and I've listened to them, I can't think of the names right now, but if you have recommendations, please put them in the comments, because I will absolutely add them to my playlist. Okay, Little Mr. Honeyblood asks, the Abasi 8-string versus the Strandberg Go. I have always loved and will always love my Strandbergs. Like, these are my main squeeze. They are a very different guitar to the Abasi guitars. Like, in my opinion, they're both so different. Like, they feel like different instruments. So it depends on what I'm using things for, but for most things it's my Strandberg, because it's light and it fits in like the neck, and I love Strandberg. I'm literally tattooed by them. But it just depends on what I'm recording. There are some things that I just want different textures for, and that's where like the Abasi will come in, or I need an Evertune, and that's where my Jackson will come in. So yes, I don't think either one is better than the other. They're just different. Alza Maller says, August Burns Red, Era, or Periphery? I've been in a Periphery stage lately, but also I really, really love Era. August Burns Red slaps as well. Era for today, but yesterday it was Periphery. That looks inappropriate. Perfect. We're gonna do the 11 to 49s for this. We're definitely gonna need to reset it up though. This is one of the older Sellens. I adore this guitar. It's one of the first guitars that I ever got from Strandberg. Jonah Stepp, hi Jonah, asks, who in your opinion is the most overplayed band? I can think of overplayed songs, but not overplayed band. I'm not sure I have an opinion on that. Okay, Alex Coates. Hey Alex! Shout out to Alex. If y'all haven't checked out Alex's music, please go check out Doppelganger. Absolutely amazing. Alex asks, 6-string metal or 8-string blues? I'd say, 8-string metal, but that's not an option in this. Okay, so if I had to choose between 6-string metal or 8-string blues, I'd probably say 6-string metal. But also, 8-string blues sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Led Zepp's Oh 5, what is up my friend, asks, how much longer before we get a new album in our greedy little hands? I love that question. The new music will not be released as, where's my wipe? Will not be released as an album. It will be released as like singles and then EPs and like packaged together. And all of my Indiegogo supporters will be getting it before anyone else. So I'm very excited to provide that for them. We are 7 songs like finished recording everything, vocal wise and all of that. And we have about 5 songs left that are in various stages. Some of them just need vocals recorded, and then a few of them will need like some more lyrics written. But as far as that, the instrumentation is finished. So we're getting closer and closer every day. As soon as possible. I don't have specific days yet, but I will. It's literally all I've been working on. I've cut down on posting a lot on Instagram and posting in general because I've just been living and breathing this project. But I want to make it the best it can possibly be. So there's a lot that goes into it, believe it or not. Raven's Crown Official asks, what is more miserable, front squats or Bulgarian split squats? Oh, Bulgarian split squats, 100%. Those are pain. Jay Gibberty 324 asks, how do you prevent burnout when creating/playing music? Burnout is definitely a real thing. As I was talking about earlier, I think it's just so important to have those things that will inspire you when you feel uninspired. Going for walks, that's like my go-to thing. If I'm starting to feel, because it doesn't, I mean, yes, it does happen over time, but when you start to feel those little sprinkles of like, of burnout, you know, like there are warning signs, like unplug, go for a walk, maybe hang out with some friends, do something to refresh yourself so you can come back into the project that you're working on with a new perspective. This is something I still struggle with, honestly, because I'm kind of like an all or nothing person, and I'm very extreme when it comes to schedules and routines and things. So it's very easy to put that is the wrong end. It's very easy to put a lot of things on your routine and a lot of things on your schedule and to-do list, and then go straight to burnout mode. So I think what's also really helped me with this is having a mentor, is having someone that can keep me accountable for the things I need to get finished, but also make sure I'm not losing my mind in the process. Just someone I can check in with, someone that could be like, you know what, you have like 400 things on this list. I don't think this is very achievable in a week. We can't realize that when we're in the middle of it. I also try to make it fun. Like if I am not feeling inspired, I will go do something that will inspire me, or I'll do something else that has to do with music. Like if I don't feel like writing lyrics, I will practice guitar instead. I'm still doing music, I'm still playing, but it's something different, and it may inspire other things in what I was trying to do originally. I think the most powerful thing is going for a walk and taking breaks throughout the day. Also, like not comparing yourself to other people, because we have at our fingertips, we have the ability to look at thousands of other artists and listen to thousands of other songs and watch other people playing and go, wow, that's amazing, but also go, oh, I need to do better, or this doesn't sound like that, this needs to sound like them, or I want to be like them. Like, it's very easy to compare, and I think that honestly is a shortcut to burnout. I think that can cause burnout really quickly too, because you're going to keep pushing yourself to a point that's not sustainable. It's good to have goals, and it's good to aim to be like your, heroes, or, be your version of that. Like limiting how much you use your phone. It's good to collect inspiration on there, but I think there is such thing as over-consuming things on social media, especially. And I'm guilty of it. But I notice a difference in the days where I'm scrolling and looking and comparing myself versus the days where I wake up, I have my routine, I'm kind of just in the zone, in the moment, staying off my phone. I notice a difference in levels of creativity, and maybe reading a book too. That Rick Rubin book, I'm telling you, amazing. Like I can flip to any page, read something, and just instantly feel refreshed, feel brought back into why I started this in the first place, why I became an artist. And like having tools like that in your basket that you can just pluck out when you really need to reconnect to that reason is amazing. What do y'all put in your basket for like when you need to be inspired? Are there things that you go to grab when you need that inspiration? Okay, so Chris Bryant Music asks, what inspired you to get the Abasi 8-string? So I was at NAMM this year, and I was trying out different guitars and things, because I do like having, especially in the studio, having different tools in my arsenal, and different guitars bring different sounds. We know that. They're made by different people, made with different materials. So I tried a few, actually. I tried some of the Volas, I tried some of the Araceli's guitars, and then I tried the Abasi 8-string, and it just felt really good. Again, freaking love my Strandbergs. These are my main squeeze. Also been looking for different textures and different things that can blend with my Strandberg on some of my songs, because I've noticed watching some of my favorite guitarists and engineers and things, when they're recording, they'll blend multiple guitars together and it creates this super epic sound. So I wanted to create that texture, especially when it came to my recordings and writing my songs and things. So when I met the Abasi guitar, I was blown away by how thin the neck was with 8 strings. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. And it sounded really big, so I'm like, this would be amazing to have in the studio. Serving the songs is really important, and so having different textures to play with, in my opinion, is what's bringing new characteristics to my music. And I have friends that have some of the Abasi guitars and were saying that I had to try them. I'm glad that I tried them, and I'm stoked to have an Emmy. Emilio Mesa asks, what's your go-to approach for navigating writer's block and or burnout? Okay, I love that there's like a reoccurring theme here. Again, the same thing, having that basket, having that metaphorical, having that basket that you can reach into of things that will instantly pull you out. You know, there are YouTube videos that I have in my basket that I just adore. Again, the Road to the O2 vlog, I love watching that. There are certain performances that I can watch and just go, like the Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged. If I watch that, I'm instantly inspired. Instantly feel like an artist again, instantly feel like a human. It's like, you know, like if you go to the gym and you get all sweaty and stinky, and then you feel great because the endorphins, but not the point I'm trying to make. You feel just gross. Then you take a shower and you feel like a human again. You feel like bright and shiny and glowy, and your brain is clear. That's kind of what that basket can do. That's what those videos can do. That's what maybe a certain guitar can do. You know, sometimes when I go into my little guitar vault and I pick a Strandberg I haven't played in a long time, or, you know, or the Abasi, like it's a change of pace. Having something different can be one of those basket items, you know what I mean? It will instantly pull you into a new zone, a new way of thinking or creating, and it can bring you out of that funk. Elijah Ray Vaughn, what's up Elijah? Asks, most awkward moment that happened on stage? There's definitely been a few. There's been a few. I was opening for Marcus King at the Kalamazoo State Theater, and I was really young. I was wearing a dress and heels, because it was back when I wore dresses and heels on stage. My heel got caught on my dress, and I fell in front of everybody. And it was a pretty large audience, and it was a big show. But my band kept going, because they're professionals. Respect. And I got back up and continued the guitar solo I was in the middle of. And I think I fell on beat, but it was still a bit awkward because it was just kind of like, ooh, that happened. I'm sure with the new material there will be plenty of tour stories, and I plan on vlogging that too. The tours and things with the new music. So there will be lots to look into. Oh no, where rules don't apply, no, and you can't. All the girls gonna come alive under the spotlight, we say. Ooh, love it. Polly Fear says, write the next metal anthem, but with a Boston accent for vocals, or a polka tune with God tier vocals. I would say the next metal anthem with a Boston accent, because the Boston accent, like Boston, like it's so, like it's already like aggressive in your face, kinda, you know? Like, it's got some stank in it. So I feel like that would make a really, like that kind of metal song. You know what I think it would give the vibe. So that makes the most sense to my brain. Brandon Outlier says, what you doing later? Probably sleeping. Nebulous Duckbill asks, how many hours in a day do you practice? I don't really count, because most of my day is just playing and writing. So most of the day, I feel like that wouldn't count as practicing though. So when I deliberately sit down and practice, and I've actually been using URM Academy, not sponsored, just I've learned a lot from them. The riff hard stuff, sitting down and doing that, maybe like 1 to 2 hours a day, but everything else is mainly writing. Swibibity, that's fun, asks, have you ever considered making / commissioning a guitar that's 100% your own design? I definitely have. My dogs are in here now, so if you hear dog noises, that's them. But yeah, I've definitely considered like signature guitar stuff. I have been putting thought into things like that, so You never know. Okay, Zero Dude, what's up, CJ? Asks, what is the theme of the album you've been working on? It kind of has been varying, so there's not one theme for the whole album, but I've been noticing some reoccurring themes, like fear is one of them, and like overcoming fears and kind of meeting them head on. And then also like lots of personal growth. Jose Francisco Fonseca 9 asks, how old are you? I am 23. I turned 24 June 3rd. And Jose also asks, how long have you been playing the guitar? I've been playing the guitar for almost 16 years now. I definitely could be a lot further along in my technique, journey, but I've been focusing more on songwriting than anything, so, and I'm happy with that. Shane is ahead. What's up, Shane? Asks, is a hot dog a sandwich? I would say a hot dog is a sandwich. Kia Nuyenko Music, I hope I said that right, asks, what type of guitar would you give to a penguin? One that would do good in cold weather. You know, maybe like the lava guitars because they're like carbon fiber. Uncle Gringo asks, who would win in a fight between you and your evil twin? Who's my evil twin? I don't know because I don't know them. Like maybe they're jacked. Maybe they specialize in Muay Thai. Defingas, hey, asks Coburn and Definga's 2025 song. I'm down. I'm in the middle of a lot at the moment, but when things calm down a little bit, let's do it. One of the Noels asks, wildest nightmare gig? I don't think I've had a nightmare gig. Well, okay, yeah, there's been a few crazy ones. Hi. Oh, I do remember there was a nightmare gig and it was all because of the sound guy. I think it was my birthday and we were playing a show in Tennessee, I want to say. Maybe, I don't remember, maybe it wasn't Tennessee, but we were playing a show and I was so excited, and the people that put this show on are just brilliant, beautiful people. I love them so much. And we get there and it was at a racetrack, which was super cool. But the sound guy, I think, was the grumpiest person and rudest person I've ever met. Like, he was yelling at everybody, he was yelling at me. I forgot what he had made me cry and I can't remember what it was about, but I was in tears. It was really rough and it kind of ruined the vibe a bit during the sound check. It made things a bit difficult, but we got up there, we had a great show. That's all that matters. There's been a few times where there have been some people before shows that have been really unfriendly and kind of mean. Alessandro Parisi Storyteller asks, can you do a new tour of your tattoos? I think you got some new ones, right? I can do that real quick. I have the, like I said, the Strandberg stomach tattoo. I have this ukulele on my arm along with a like 335 model guitar. It's my Electra on this arm, and I got both of these at the same time when I was 17. And then I have Sukuna's bands from Jujutsu Kaisen. That's one of my favorite animes. These bands here, where my watch is kind of covering up, but those bands are from that anime. And then I have Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul here. I got it literally the day I finished that series. It's so good. And then I have a chicken dragon, a cockatrice. And apparently this tattoo, or this image, is from Dungeons and Dragons. I don't quote me on that, but someone at a festival came up to me and was like, oh, that's a Dungeons and Dragons monster. And I'm like, is it? That's so cool. So, love that. And then I have, this one, which is, hold on, wait. Atlas from, wait, can you see it? Atlas from Greek mythology. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's Atlas from Greek mythology. He has a chicken head because I just love chickens. And then I have my shins, which I just got these done like kind of recently, like before I went to the UK. They hurt a lot. Oh, I also have this like gargoyle here. It's from one of my favorite art pieces. I remember growing up, my parents had this art piece, they actually still have it, of this gargoyle like jumping off of a building because there's a little girl on top of the building blowing bubbles and it's trying to catch the bubbles. I have loved that image so much, and I can't remember the artist's name, but I'll have to find it. I really love that piece, so I'm really happy that I get to see it every day. Alessandro also asked, do you actually have siblings? I do. I have a half-brother. He's super cool and very, very smart. Myler Southgate asks, other than Strandberg, what is your favorite guitar? Strandbergs will always be my favorite. If I couldn't choose a Strandberg, I would probably say that Abasi 8-string. I really, really enjoyed that guitar. Ethan 2006 asks, do you thaw? I'm trying to. Jorge Gutierrez asks, have you listened to rock bands in Spanish? I have. I've listened to a few Spanish rock bands, so I would love to listen to more. Please put your recommendations in the comments. JC James asks, why do you look so stunning? Aw, thank you. And how is it going with your house fire aftermath? Yeah, it's going well. We're just trying to clean it and get it so it's livable again. Ayad0W0 asks, what's the worst guitar you've played? There's definitely been a few questionable ones. Calm down. Like I had a Fender Stratocaster that I absolutely adored growing up, and an Electro that was modeled after a 335, and those guitars were great, but there was a drunk guy that stumbled into a speaker at a show, and the speaker landed on my guitars that were in the guitar that were on the guitar stand, and the necks like snapped off of those. So maybe those are the worst because they were broken. I don't know. I'm not sure. Daniel Naden asks, what's something you wish you knew about sooner in your musical life that would have helped more? I wish I would have known how to like produce and engineer and record sooner in life. I started fairly early because I got like Logic when I was, I think in high school, maybe around there. I had written stuff before then, but I went to studios and had them do it versus doing it myself. That I think is a really, really important skill and is so freeing because like when you have an idea, you don't have to wait, you don't have to bring it to someone, you can just get it out yourself. I don't know if you've heard Ed Sheeran talk, but I think he's the one that said this, where you have to run the faucet to let all the dirty water out before the clean water starts to come. And that's like his metaphor for writing songs. So you have to write a bunch of shit songs in order to start writing the really good ones. So, the sooner you start writing and recording, the closer and quicker you'll get, or the closer you get to writing songs that you really, really genuinely love. Cesar DL asks, historic band you'd love to be a part of? Alice in Chains. Oh! Okay. I don't know what you classify as historic, because like I feel like these are still they're historic to me because I'm 23. So Alice in Chains or Limp Bizkit. Paul Uzanov asks, when are we hearing clips of the new guitar? Soon. It's happening. I've been focusing on writing the new music, but riffs are coming. This last question is from Phil Dyer. Shout out to Phil. What's good, my friend? Check out Phil's music too. Phil and Alex, amazing. Alex Hutchings and Phil Dyer, amazing. So Phil asks, if you say George Lever 3 times in a mirror, will he appear like the Candyman? Should we try it? Okay, Pumpkin, shh. George Lever. George Lever. George Lever. I'm going to finish restringing this guitar, do a setup on my 7-string as well, because that's gotta happen today. I want to thank everyone that asked a question, and there were some really, really good ones in here, so thank you for making them fun. I think we should definitely do this again. There are always guitars in my house that need strings changed and setups, so I think we can definitely make that happen. I hope to see you in the comments below. If you have any questions that you want answered on a future Q&A, you can also put those in the comments, and I'll either answer them right there or in another video. And also, if you haven't already, you should check out the Patreon because there's a community going on there. We have a group chat where people share their songs and their music. I'm sharing inspiration on there, sneak peeks into the process, and it's literally my dream community that's being built on there, so I would love for you to be a part of it. So I'll put the link to that in the description below. Bye!